It's easy to focus on the immediate problem. How quickly can we get everything back online? How much productivity are we losing? What's this outage costing us right now? And those are important questions, but there's another cost that's much harder to measure. It's what happens when a customer needs you and you're not available. Because even after the technology is fixed, that customer may still be wondering whether they can depend on you the next time that it really matters. Today, we're talking about why downtime doesn't just cost money, it costs trust. Hello, everyone. I am Michael Kinnett. I am founder and CEO of Eternal Networks. And here at Eternal Networks, we believe in empowering businesses and individuals with the knowledge that they need to succeed. So every Friday around 1 o'clock Pacific time, I go live on our socials to discuss different topics around cybersecurity, technology, AI, to help empower others. At Eternal Networks, we are dedicated to creating safe and secure environments for businesses to thrive in doing what they love, what they're passionate about, and helping to educate others on technology and cybersecurity and the risks that are out there today is a big part of our mission. At the end of the live stream, I'll make sure to leave some time to answer questions from the audience. So if you have any, throw them in the comments at any time, and I'll get to those at the end. All that aside, let's get on to today's topic. When most people think about downtime, they think about the things that they can measure. Employees can't access a system. Customers can't reach a service. Work gets delayed, or transactions can't be completed. Those effects are visible, and eventually you can put a number around some of them. But the harder cost to measure is what happens to the way people see your business. Inside your company, an outage is usually treated as a technical issue. There's a problem, someone's working on it, and hopefully there's a timeline for getting everything fixed. Your customer sees it from a different perspective. They needed something from your business, and your business wasn't available. That creates a much bigger question in their mind. Can I rely on this company? And unlike a server or an application, you can't just restart trust and bring it back online. Customers expect the businesses that they work with to be available when they need them. That doesn't mean that they expect perfection. Technology does fail. Services have problems from time to time, and unexpected disruptions do happen. But when access disappears, even temporarily, the customer experience starts to change. A delay that might normally feel minor suddenly becomes more frustrating. A slower response becomes more noticeable. Small problems that might have been overlooked before can start receiving more attention. And that's because the customer isn't only evaluating that individual issue anymore. They're evaluating your reliability. And once someone starts looking at your business through that lens, rebuilding confidence can take much longer than resolving the original outage. There's another side of downtime that I think is especially important. You can lose business without ever knowing that you lost it. Think about someone who's been researching companies like yours. They've done their homework, compared a few options, and they're finally ready to reach out and make a decision on a direction. And then they happen to try to contact you while your website's unavailable, your phone system isn't working properly, or maybe your email's down, or some other technology issue prevents them from reaching you. In many cases, they'll just move on to the next company. They definitely aren't going to send you a message saying, hey, you just lost my business. There isn't a report showing you that a prospect tried to reach you during an outage. They're just gone. That's what makes this part of downtime so difficult to measure. You can calculate certain operational losses, but it's much harder to calculate business that never had a chance to enter your pipeline in the first place. And then there's reputation. Most of us don't go around telling everybody when a piece of technology works exactly the way that it's supposed to, right? There's not very many raving fans out there. That's the expectation in today's world, is that it is going to work. But when something goes wrong, and a customer feels unsupported, there's a much, much better chance that they're going to talk about it. Maybe they mention it to another business owner. Maybe it comes up in a professional networking group. Maybe they leave an online review. Now, one disruption isn't affecting just one customer. It can influence people who have never interacted with your company. There's also a quieter version of this problem. A customer may never leave a bad review or complain publicly. They simply stop recommending you. And for a lot of businesses, referrals are some of the strongest opportunities that they receive. So that loss of confidence can continue affecting the business long after the original outage is over. Getting the technology running again doesn't necessarily mean the business has completely recovered. You may restore the server, restore the application, and get your team working again. And technically, the incident is over. But from the customer's perspective, their experience is still part of their relationship with your company. After an outage, customers can become more cautious. They may be less forgiving the next time something goes wrong, or they may start paying closer attention to issues they would have ignored. Some may even begin questioning whether they want to depend on your business in the long term. Those changes may not show up immediately in your numbers. By the time you clearly see the effect in retention, referrals, or new opportunities, the damage to trust may have been building for quite a while. So what can you actually control? You can't guarantee that nothing will ever go wrong. No business can. What you can do is prepare for how you'll respond when something does go wrong. A good recovery plan isn't just about restoring technology. It should answer practical questions about what happens when that technology fails. Who needs to respond? What systems are the highest priority? How quickly can they be restored? How will your team continue operating? And just as important, how will you communicate with your customers? Customers remember how businesses respond under pressure. Speed matters, but communication and preparation matter too. When something goes wrong, people want to know that the company they depend on understands the situation, has a plan, and is actively working through it. The reality is that eventually something will go wrong. It might be a system failure, an internet outage, a cybersecurity incident, a power outage, or it could just be a critical technology service becoming unavailable at exactly the wrong time. Right? We've seen that over the last year with Amazon web outages and Microsoft Azure outages that affect other applications. The goal isn't to pretend that you can eliminate every possible disruption. You can't. It's impossible. The goal is to make sure that your business is prepared to respond when one does happen. Because downtime isn't only a technology problem. It affects customer experience, sales opportunities, referrals, reputation, and ultimately trust. That's why recovery planning should happen before you're in the middle of an incident, not while everyone is already trying to figure out what to do. One thing I would encourage you to do after you watch this live stream is to think about downtime from your customer's perspective. If they needed you tomorrow and your systems weren't there, what would their experience look like? And when everything came back online, would they walk away feeling like your business handled it well? Those are questions that we spend a lot of time thinking about at Eternal Networks. And if this conversation has you wondering how prepared your business really is, reach out to me. I would love to have a conversation. I'm always interested in hearing how other companies are approaching these challenges. And I'd be glad to share some of my experiences with that and dig into your situation and see where your technology and other solutions could help protect the trust that you've worked so hard to build in your organization. You'll see a link on the screen. We'll drop it in the chat if you'd like to schedule that conversation with me. I truly enjoy talking technology and strategy with other business leaders. So don't feel like you're putting me out, right? Any question, I would love to take and schedule that with you. That being said, let's see if there's any questions from our audience here. Doesn't look like there's anything that's been asked so far. So if you have any questions, you can always post them or reach out to me. I really do appreciate your time watching this. Hopefully you have found this information helpful. If so, please let us know, right? Give us, it can just be a simple thumbs up, right? Or comment with any thoughts or questions that you might have. Your feedback is very valuable to us. We love hearing from our audience, and we'd love to create content that's valuable to you. Don't forget, you can also subscribe to our channels so you don't miss any updates in the future. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to help you to navigate the world of technology and cybersecurity. If you need any further assistance, you can always send me a DM, or all of our contact information is on our website at itnet.works.